right, so now I'm gonna get into solo content guide, and the best way that I do this is literally just by playing and talking over. I'm not the best with editing and all that stuff, so I'm just going to what I do is I play and I show you guys exactly what I'm thinking in the moment. And so I'm gonna do this. This is my Bowmaster, 33 mil cap, 19% in normal defense, 209, 40k, and these are my nodes. Basically, all my main skills max, whatever, and level 30, level 30, level 30. Most of them are pretty max. Okay, so this Wind Archer is already doing all this content. As far as I'm also on a will team, but I'm gonna do Lucid, Damian, and I'm gonna do Damian and Lucid at least, and then I'll show you Archon, which I think I can do as well. I don't think I can do hard. We can try hard, but normal I know I for sure can do. Gloom, I'll show you if you guys can do it. I don't think I can do it. The gear, and then Lucid as well. I'll show you in practice mode, but I'm gonna do it on team mode later. But I'm actually gonna do Damian and Lotus live here. Guess I'll full buff for this. Don't forget your speed boost. I'll just use a little bit of speed. And I'll walk through at least my strategy here for Lotus and Damian. And because it is different than real team bossing, right? So you have to, first of all, know the skill rotation, or at least know for Damian specifically. Lotus is pretty straightforward, in my opinion. Okay, let's make sure I don't click practice mode here. Solo. Okay. So again, you guys saw my gear, and I took off this Gale barrier because this is my defense. And I just, when it comes to solo mode, remember, you're tanking all the skills, right? So you cannot just use, you have to play a little bit differently because you are the aggro. The boss is going to face you and turn to you. And so you have to play a little bit more defensive, and you have to time your cooldowns a little bit better. Okay, so here we go. In a pretty good spot here. Am I going to die here? Nope. Okay, pretty straightforward. 96 bill damage for phase 1. Okay, so nothing crazy. Got to dodge this first attack. So you see I'm trying to outrange it because he always does that purple little knockback. And then, oh, see, I got hit there. That's a fine. Oh, I don't have all cures. Should be okay. So the thing about Lotus, the main thing you have to do is understand that there is tick damage and that there is a big knockback skill. So one of the things I'm going to do here that actually helps, that I probably should have did earlier, was I'm going to put on my slow skill. Okay? So I can kite a little bit better. You see? So if you have a slow skill or something like that, it's actually going to help a lot with as far as kiting Lotus. Okay, so I'm going to put my Gale barrier on here just for defense as well because I'm in a bad spot and I'm not very, worried about damage. But the main thing about Lotus is if you can kite it. And if you don't have to walk through, you don't want to because you're going to take tick damage. But you see here, there's a sort of range. And once you get that range, then you are fine right here, right? So Wind Archer is probably one of the best classes to solo. I'm just kiting. The slow helps a ton and easy peasy, okay? But you have to understand that there is a range to it, the kiting. There is a range to the attacks. And once you get a hang of that, then you're in a good spot, right? Use stuns if you have to. Use your iframes when you're stuck in kind of a bad position, right? If there's like a train coming down and the Lotus is kind of gaining on you, you probably want to use an iframe or a stun just to reposition or double jump through. So that, oh crap, I don't have blink here. Okay, here. So again, Damian is that boss that you actually have to pay attention to. and know the skill rotation. So I messed up here. I didn't have the stun. I don't have blink. Oh my god, get away. Okay. I'm gonna need blink. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. I'm kind of griefing here, but it should be okay. Blue attack, I think. Yeah, that attack. So you gotta find the opening. Then it's gonna be dive here. So you see in solo mode, it's gonna dive in the same spot. Pop my burst, and he's down. So Damian, you have to know the rotation, and the most important thing is you have to be able to kite the orb. Okay, so it's not, you can't just stand in the right corner like you would in team mode. You have to get it to dash or get it to teleport from end to end, so that the orb is never really on top of you. And I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. And it takes practice. So right here, dash, you know, is coming. So I got to get to face right. And a little secret here is you don't have to blink up here. Once he faces right, you actually can just stand to the left side while he's blinked up. Get the orb to kind of follow you a bit, right? And then now you have this whole window here to kite. And I'm going to use an iframe here just to not get hit by dash. I don't want to get my stacks up. But you see right there what I did? And so now the next skill rotation is going to be a slashes attack. So again, I'm pushing it over into the middle, away from the orb. Teleport's coming, and I know that he's going to dash here. So you see I'm dashing it from end to end. And yes, I know the rotation, but that is just through reps. Okay, solo content, you really have to know your mechanics. And here, he's going to dive on me. Okay, so that was dive. Unfortunate. I got hit by that. Oh, crap. I'm going to die to altars here. So there's slashes there. Reposition, right? And it's all about facing in the right direction. So purple attack's going to come here. I'm going to die to branding. That is unfortunate. So in solo mode Damian, you have to take the altars, right? The white altars. So right here, since my stacks are low, I'm kind of fine. But in the future, remember, you only have 3 lives, okay? So I think Popcorn's going to come here. Tornado, yeah. Okay, I'm trying to avoid that. He's going to dive right here. See, he's facing right, so I'm just going to get to this side. Again, I don't have to blink up here. And then I can just move back over. Oh my god, get away. Oh my god. I'm just going to take this altar just to be safe. So for the Wind Archer, I'm using my Gale Barrier here to take zeros. And then dash is coming, so I iframe. Okay, and then got to kite it. So you always have to be aware of what skills are coming next. So next is going to be slashes. Again, just kiting this orb. Going to be teleport. There's a teleport. And it's going to be dash. Again, if you guys are wondering, I mean, this is kind of what solo mode takes. And I think why it's still a challenge to quite a bit of people. Oh, I got to get him to face this way. So I have to get him to face there into the corner. So that... Missed that. My hurricane, my typhoon and stuff, please. From there. Roll tree. Let me try to take this real quick just to be safe, to outrange. And I knew that slashes was coming. What skill is this? Popcorn, I think. Yeah. So here we are. I'm going to go into drop rate gear. And I know you just got to be wary of... Okay, he's going to teleport here into Tornado, Popcorn, or Tornado, yeah. So again, I got it to dash all the way over there, or teleport all the way over there, avoid the orb, easy peasy. Okay, so it comes down to, and 4:15. Okay, so a very fast time, but you can see how I was, if I know what skills are coming, I can really position him and always kite the orb. Okay, but that's solo Damian. You really have to know what's going on, or use your iframes, right? But little tips and tricks. Hopefully you guys picked up on some stuff there that makes it a little bit easier. Let's see here. I'm gonna try Archon because I don't actually have an Archon team, and I'm going to try and use stun to my best to my advantage. Okay. Oh, I got a stun here probably. Kite this way. Stun. Get it in the corner. Pop my burst here. Let's see if I can do this. Does not look like I can do enough damage, which is totally fine. Okay. So there, right there, you can kind of see there's hard mode is going to be a pain. Okay, so I'm not really going to waste my time with that. Okay. But that's good to know. Let's try normal. Or normal mode. Which still is totally fine. So for Archon, there's 3 phases here that you want to pay attention to. Okay, so phase 1 is pretty straightforward. I'm just going to try to get into this corner here. And I'm still getting hit pretty hard. So it's not like I can just tank these skills, just like I mentioned. You really have to use your iframes well. Oh gosh. Iframe there. And your damage. And try to dodge as much of the front attacks as possible, right? I'm trying to just dodge skills here. You can see I'm not taking any of the damage. I'll take the 0 there. But like you have to... Oh my gosh, give me a... Okay, might have got hit by that actually. But just like in Lotus, you can't just stand in the corner and pin the boss and hope that, you know, you're going to be able to tank all these attacks. You just won't be able to, so you kind of have to kite. Oh my gosh, get away, get away. Okay. Again, I'm just trying to kite into the corner. Oh my gosh. Iframe there. I have my Gale Berry back up here, so then I'm kind of safe here. Okay, so I have my shield. This is like an iframe, but then I can just sort of tank DPS. Don't want to take Crystal's attack there. And we're good. So we're in a pretty good spot here. Phase 2 is a DPS check. So again, I don't know if you guys heard that. That was loud. I don't know if that's a plane or something. Jeez, the hell. But again, you can't just pin in this corner. You're just going to take all these attacks, right? So you kind of have to kite back and forth and just try to dash through, avoid these skills, and DPS, okay? And each class is different based on what iframes you have, but the nice thing in phase 2 is that there is no purple stuff on the ground, okay? So watch your HP here, watch your cooldowns, and here's phase 3. So phase 3 is, I've done it on my Lin, so you can fill the gauge pretty quickly. But you have to be careful not to stand on these purple, okay? If the attacks hit, but you can fill the gauge pretty fast by standing on the purple. But these crystals again, oh, I missed there. Okay, so I'm just going to stand on the... Filling the gauge pretty quick here. I missed it then. Missed it again. Here's... So you have to pay attention to what the purple orbs, the purple pillars, and then obviously you got to break the shield. Okay? This is the hardest part. And then save your burst for after the shield. So you see I'm not using any of my skills, main skills. And there, once he's down, now I got to pop my burst here. So this is where stun is going to be pretty important here. If I can stun here and just fill this gauge up again. So this is, Wind Archers don't have a built-in stun, so you got to use what you got, but you can craft it. But if I can just stand here, fill the gauge, and break this shield, I'm going to be in a really good spot here. But remember, don't stand on these purple because it's going to lower your gauge. So make sure it clears on the white again. Turns that purple. Get out of there. Use my Gale Berry. Oh god, oh god. Is there a free one? Found one. Okay. So that screen cracks comes about every 30 seconds. Okay, so just be aware of that. Killed it. Solo mode. Pretty easy. Okay. Oh. take that. And then we'll move on. Let's try Gloom. Let's try... I don't want to waste 7 shards. Okay. Let's just try Gloom. I definitely can't do Gloom, but I'll just show you guys kind of the perspective and the strategy as well. But you guys have seen my Demon Slayer point of view, right? Oy. Let's start all over. Don't do that. Okay. So the hard part about Gloom is, like, I don't have the HP. Right, so I think that is what is holding me back. Why do I not have the HP, actually? Because a lot of these skills hit really hard. Like, if you get one-shotted by any of these, like, if I get hit by that, I'm dead. If I get hit by the tornadoes on the ground, I'm dead. So that is usually the gatekeeping part for Gloom, solo or team mode. I need HP. Oh, please. Or you pretty much need HP, to be honest. Oh, iframe. Yes. And it's clearly pretty tanky. Let's see how much damage I did. These. Yeah, so 60 bill, I still didn't break the shield. A Demon Slayer did this way easier. Oh my gosh, I'm already stuck in the room. Okay, let's be real. My gear, it ain't happening. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Lucid, though. Let's see what we can do with Lucid. I swear my HP was much higher than... Oh, I'm in my not DPS hypers, that's why. So I have 221k HP here. Should be much better. And we'll just do Lucid for real. So again, the stuns will help. But you have to understand mechanics a little bit as far as how to cleanse the target, the trumpets on your own. Okay? So you can see here. I'm just going to try and fill this gauge. Trumpets, that's pretty fast. So pretty good. But remember, you're going to be killing these ads here. Dang, so it's definitely a little bit tankier. Oh, I fudged that up. Okay, so you want to avoid these ads and kill them because they are going to tick hard. You see that? So I'm kind of caught in a bad spot here. And I need blink. Okay, so this is not a great run. But... oh, I'm going to die here too. Yeah, so the dream. So phase 1, honestly, for solo Lucid is probably the hardest part. Okay, so it's a little bit of a DPS check, but you definitely need the right skills as well. Okay, so I needed blink there. And the reason I needed blink is because I had to go up and over those ads. They're a real pain in the butt, but I'm not going to have enough buffs, so I'll just do this in practice mode. So phase 1 is definitely the harder part of Lucid in general. But let's see if we can get this done with this current cap. So I'm about, again, 40.9, 38 mil to cap. 8. Ooh, at 38 mil cap. Whoa, I didn't know that. And so doing pretty good damage here. First, kill these ads. So this ad right here, this golem, you cannot walk past it to get to the trumpet. So that's what makes it pretty challenging. And so you kind of got to kill them fast if you want to cleanse here. Or you can jump over. You have to... oh, shit, I died here. Oh, it's because I had the wrong skill. Okay. Okay. Let's see how much HP... so about 160... build damage, and what you have to... oh, I fudged that up. So I'm not playing great. I'm going to take a lot of lives here because I can't cleanse the trumpets, okay? And here comes the dragon at 9 minutes, and I'm going to die to this too. And there's the dream. So there's two things here. Around the 9-minute mark, you're going to see the icon for the dragon. And then luckily the butterflies came at the same time. So you can, if you have enough DPS, obviously just skip all this mechanics and burst through and die. 151 build damage to get through phase 1. You know, doable. Right? Doable for a lot of classes. But here I took 2 deaths, okay? But made it through. So find out kind of that perfect window for you if you need a cleanse or you just can brute force it. 150 build damage. You cannot iframe the butterfly screen crack, but you can iframe the dragon, or the, not the dragon. I'm going to, can't stun here. I don't have it. You can do the dragon, okay? So here, the mechanic for Lucid is the trumpets, okay? You have to cleanse these butterflies. It's same as multi-mode, but now you just have to do everything. So a little secret here, oh, there's no, is you can cleanse that right statue standing from the bottom platform right here. So if the boss luckily gets into that corner, the right corner or wherever on the right side, you can actually DPS and cleanse at the same time if I have enough charge. Okay, so let's get the damage out there. You saw it charging there? But if you take damage, oh my lord. Okay, well, the dream became stronger. Okay? So a little bit of a strategy here is if you have long cooldowns, you have burst, like a paladin has a 2-minute burst, you got to make sure that you are cleansing during your burst, right? You do not want to be stuck in this minigame during your big burst cooldowns. That is one of the hardest things about Lucid. Okay, so you have to time out your cleanses. So sometimes you have to strategically take this altar. Or you have to strategically take the minigame. You cannot cleanse the altar. But since Wind Archer has pretty good consistent burst, I guess. Oh, I gotta get up there. Oh, iframe? Okay. Oh god, I'm gonna get stuck. So there's an iframe. Watch. You gotta watch for this little cleanse right here. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. This little thing killed me. So that's an iframe there. And I don't really know if there's a way to reduce the damage. Oh my gosh, I didn't get that cleanse. Oh my gosh, that hurts. It's very unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, so I messed that up. Dang it. So that was a good example right there. If you saw the little butterflies that were attacking you, anytime you get hit, it delays the gauge. So in order to kind of get back into it, you just toggle a little bit to sort of restart the gauge and refill the gauge. So don't just, if you get hit, oh my gosh. That was lag, clearly. So if this was a real fight, I would have died. I would have failed, right? I only have 3 lives. That's what makes solo mode kind of tough. But it's fun, and it's an option for people, right? Gosh, my mobility. Oh my gosh. Jumping. Clearly locked in. Okay, so around this attack right here is when you want to start cleansing, okay? And if you can re-cleanse again during this little phase, you see how the butterflies are attacking me here? It slowed me down. Okay. So now there's 3 seconds left here. Got to use an iframe. Survived. Okay. Try to cleanse here. Avoid these, please. Got the cleanse. Oh, summon powerful monster. Okay, we got the little icon there. This is where you got to blink up. And I don't think that I'm gonna, oh, I can. Okay, so another opportunity. Try to cleanse on this side. Avoid these stinking butterflies. See how I kept moving? And got it done. So I think there's going to be a powerful attack here with the lasers. There it is. Powerful attack. So again, oh, I don't have any cleanse charges. Okay. So I pretty much guarantee I'm going to get into the minigame after this. Dang, Wind March or mobility is not half bad, man. Yeah, so here's the dream becomes stronger. There is the minigame. So one thing that I think I could do better if I had it on my wheel is stun. So stun, nice for me because it keeps the boss in place. And if I'm in a bad spot, so like if the boss is right on the altar, the trumpet I mean, if I stun it, then perfect. Then I can actually, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die here. How is that possible? Okay, I don't know if that's a bug or not, but that is a brutal time to get that skill. So that's definitely a tilter if like this was a real run and you can't do anything for that skill. I'm gonna stun here. If I stunned, dodge these little butterfly attacks, and cleanse the trumpets. Okay, got my burst out a little bit. Oh, I don't have trumpet charge again. Dang it. So we'll see if I can get trumpet charges here. I doubt it. So there's a lot of butterflies on the map, so I think I'm just going to hold off and wait. Yeah, so there's the minigame again. Still being strategic, kind of playing the long game. Hopefully my barrier freaking saves me from something. Jeez. So I'm not really sure if you know how to reduce the damage from the... Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die here. So standing in that corner, yeah, so here's this little skill right here. Little pain in the butt, little detonation. Most likely need an iframe, I think. Yeah. Oh. So I tried to just tank that to see if I could. But here's the damage needed, right? About 500 bill damage. Definitely, I would say most classes, like around my cap for sure, should be able to clear. But again, like anything else, it depends on mechanics as far as the trumpet and how you time out your burst and the mini games. Okay, sometimes you're gonna have to figure it out as like, I gotta take the mini game and then save my burst for the mini game, fill up my trumpet stacks so that during my burst I can cleanse multiple times and actually get out my full damage, right? So that's something I would do on my paladin during multi-solo mode. So solo mode, that was kind of a good example of where my bowmaster is as far as what I can clear solo. Gloom. Let's try Gloom again real quick. I've heard that like my Demon Slayer clears Gloom and I have more HP now, so it might be better. Oh my gosh, I just tanked that thing. What the hell? So those are bad. Like I don't, oh my gosh. So the reason why, like, even though I don't die there, look at my gauge already. Right, this is why you want to avoid as much skills as possible, because even though you don't get one shot, it fills up the gauge really, really fast. So it puts me in an awkward position now. So even if I do open the eye here, it's going to be during, even if I, yeah, it's going to be during a dark room most likely. So I'm going to be screwed. So here it is, the eye opening, but look, I'm going to get dark roomed. And it's going to be not fun having to dodge all these things in the dark room. Okay, Wind Archer is pretty good at it, but don't take it for granted that like dodging is still important, even though you can tank all these skills. Okay, so The eye finally opened here. Not looking too great. 1 minute in. Not really close. Okay. So now the eye phase or the laser phase. Just back to DPSing. Dodging. So yeah, I really set myself up into be a bad situation as far as timing. Because my gate is already 50%. So not the greatest. Okay, but eyes opening here. Iframe. And then just standing under this one. Oh, I have to blink up anyway. Oh, that's unfortunate. So nice to just kite here. Pay attention to what you get skill lock to. I think there's a 5-second cooldown on skill lock too, so you can't just spam it. So you gotta be really aware of that. Just get to the corner. So yeah, I'm in an interesting spot here. 2.5 minutes. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Yeah. So as far as these orbs go, if you don't know, blue, we'll find out, is a stun. Okay? Let's see. Purple does this. So this may not look like nothing, but this is preventing you from getting power elixir heals. And it's for a little bit. But just keep that in mind. Power elixir heals. Yeah. Okay, move up, right side. Dark room again. Just horrible. But clearly, I don't have the DPS for this. But it's a good kind of showcasing of how far off it is. You know? Maybe some classes do a little bit better. Oh god. That was the blue, by the way. The blue disorients you like this. So all 3 orbs, different colors, do a different thing. So I'm gonna die here. Oh. I'm not getting the power elixir heals. So I can't get hit by anything. And they're healed up. Oh crap. But yeah, here we are about 4 minutes in, about 25%. So definitely not realistic for me at this gear level. But overall, again, I'm around 209. 33 mil max damage cap, under 20% ignoring enemy defense. Oh, I know why my cap was higher. Because I have the arcane power. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so you got the arcane power for the cap and the more stats. But so right now, you saw from this showcase right here, easy solo Lotus, Damian, Lucid was doable, but the deaths counts are hard, and you have to know a little bit of the trumping mechanics. But definitely can clear DPS wise. Gloom, I cannot. Solo Archon, I can only do normal. And then hard mode was impossible. And then will, definitely not. So hope that helps you get a little bit of a gauge on how much gear you need to do solo content. But it really comes down to mechanics. So take advantage of your practice mode. Take advantage, understand and learn your class and the boss mechanics. And get those clears.